Good day, everyone, especially to our course instructor, Ma'am Heidi Beth Gonzalez. So, for today's presentation, we will be taking you to the three most prominent continents of the world: in the Asia, North America, and South America. So, we are tasked to compare and contrast the different countries in Asia, North America, and South America in terms of their countries and regions, population contrast, economy and resources, political geography, and cultural life.
Now let's begin to the continent of Asia. Countries and regions. These are the following countries included to the continent of Asia. Asia have five regions. These are North Asia, East Asia, West Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. When it comes to population contrast, Asia having 4.5 billion or 60% of the world population. Economy and resources. The economy of Asia comprises more than 4.5 billion people or 60% of the world population living in 49 different nations. Asia is the fastest growing economic region as well as the largest continental economy by both GDP nominal and PPP in the world. Moreover, Asia is the site of some of the world's longest modern economic booms, starting from the Japanese economic miracle on the Han River in South Korea, economic boom in China, tiger cub economies in Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, and economic boom in India. As in all world regions, the wealth of Asia differs widely between and within states. This is due to its vast size, meaning a huge range of different cultures, environments, historical ties, and government systems. The largest economies in Asia in terms of PPP gross domestic product are China, India, Japan, Indonesia, Turkey, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Thailand, and Taiwan. And in terms of nominal gross domestic product are China, Japan, India, South Korea, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Taiwan, Thailand, and Iran. In terms of resources, Asia is rich in mineral resources due to unique geographical conditions. The main minerals are petroleum, coal, iron, manganese, tin, tungsten, antimony, copper, lead, zinc, aluminum, gold, silver, mica, and precious stones. Oil and natural gas resources rank first in all continents and can be divided into three oil storage zones. The first oil storage zones extends east to northwest China. The second oil storage zone rises from Sakhalin Island to the north and passes through Hokkaido in the east of Taiwan Island. The third oil storage zone is located in western Siberia. In terms of political geography, this is the political geography of Asia. In terms of cultural life of Asia, the culture of Asia encompasses the collective and diverse customs and traditions of art, architecture, music, literature, lifestyle, philosophy, politics, and religion that have been practiced and maintained by the numerous ethnic groups of the continent of Asia since prehistory. Identification of specific culture of Asia are universal elements among the colossal diversity that has emanated from multiple cultural spheres and three of the four ancient river valley civilizations is complicated. However, the continent is commonly divided into six geographic subregions that are characterized by perceivable commonality, like culture, religion, language, and relative ethnic or racial homogeneity. The regions are Central Asia, East Asia, North Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia, and West Asia. Asia is the birthplace of many religions such as Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, Hinduism, Islam, Jainism, Judaism, Shintoism, Sikhism, Taoism, and Zoroastrianism. All major religious traditions are practiced in the region, and new forms are constantly emerging. The largest religions in Asia are Islam and Hinduism, both with approximately 1.1 billion adherents. In 2010, the Pew Research Center have five of the 10 most religiously diverse regions in the world to be in Asia. When it comes to family, families have very great importance in Asian cultures. They teach their kids, and the family is their protection and the major source of their identity. They expect loyalty from their children. Parents define the law and the children are expected to obey them. When it comes to philosophy, Asian philosophical traditions originated in India and China and has been classified as Eastern philosophy, covering a large spectrum of philosophical thoughts and writings, including those popular within India and China. The Indian philosophy include Jain philosophy, Hindu and Buddhist philosophies. The festivals and celebrations. Asia has a variety of festivals and celebrations. In China, Chinese New Year, Dragon Boat Festival, and Mid-Autumn Moon Festival are traditional holidays, while National Day is a holiday of the People's Republic of China. In Japan, Japanese New Year, National Foundation Day, Children's Day, Ubon, the Emperor's Birthday, and Christmas are popular. When it comes to sports, due to the vastness of Asia, popularity of sports varies greatly across the continent. Association football is widely popular in Asia. Boxing, badminton, and table tennis are very popular in East Asia. Baseball is popular in Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. Cricket is especially popular in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, and more recently in Nepal. In many parts of Asia, rice is a staple food, and it is mostly served steamed or as porridge, known as congee. China is the world's largest producer and consumer of rice, while grain flatbread were consumed in Middle East to the Indian subcontinent. In Filipino banquet, many unique dishes have arisen because of the country's long years of colonization and interactions with other neighboring cultures and nations. It has inherited Latin, Malay, Chinese, and American influences to its people's local blend. The cuisine of Indonesia possesses rich and diverse collection of dishes and recipes with regional cooking tradition flourished. such as Minang, Sandanese to Balinese. Most Indonesians consume steamed rice with flavorful meat, fish, and vegetables in one serving, such as a nasi padang and nasi campur. Other notable examples including rendang, tatay, soto, and nasi goreng.
Now, let's go to the continent of North America. So, for the countries and regions of North America, this continent is entirely within the Northern Hemisphere and almost all within the Western Hemisphere. It can also be described as the northern subcontinent of the Americas. It is bordered to the north by the Arctic Ocean, to the east by the Atlantic Ocean, to the southeast by South America and Caribbean Sea, and to the west and south by the Pacific Ocean. Because it is in the North American tectonic plate, Greenland is also included as part of North America geographically. So these are the countries of North America. We have Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Grenada, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, Jamaica, Panama, Saint Kitts and Nevis, Saint Lucia, Saint Vincent, United States, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Dominica, Mexico, Nicaragua, and Belize. So for the regions, we have the West North Central States, South Atlantic States, Mid Atlantic, West South Central States, Mountain States, Pacific States, East South Central States, New England, and East North Central States. For population contrast, so the current population of North America in 2021 is 371,107,709, a 0.61% increase from 2020. So as you can see, the eastern part is more denser than the western part. So for the economy and resources, North America comprises more than 579 million people, almost 8% of the world population, in its 23 sovereign states and 15 dependent territories. It is marked by sharp division between predominantly English-speaking countries of Canada and the United States, which are among the wealthiest and most developed nations in the world, and the countries of Central America and the Caribbean in former Latin America that are less developed. Mexico and Caribbean nations of the Commonwealth of Nations are between the economic extremes of the development of North America. North America produces most of the world's corn, meat, cotton, soybeans, tobacco, and wheat, along with a variety of other food and industrial raw material crops. Mineral resources are also abundant. The large variety includes coal, iron, ore, bauxite, copper, natural gas, petroleum, mercury, nickel, potash, and silver. So for the political geography, North America is the third largest continent in the world and has an area of 24,346,000 square kilometers. North America extends from the tiny Aleutian Islands in the northwest to the Isthmus of Panama in the south. The continent includes the enormous island of Greenland in the northeast and the small island countries and territories that dot the Caribbean Sea and western North Atlantic Ocean. In the far north, the continent stretches halfway around the world from Greenland to Aleutians. The northern half of North America is covered mostly by Canada, except for the northeastern part, which is Greenland, part of Denmark, and the northwestern part, which is Alaska, part of the United States. So we have the fun facts about North America. So, largest population in North America is in Mexico City. Canada is slightly larger than the United States, and North America was named after the Italian explorer Amerigo Vespucci, who was the first Eurasian to realize the Americas was separate from Asia. So for their cultural life, The culture of North America refers to the arts and other manifestations of human activities and achievements from the continent of North America. The cultures of North America reflect not only that of the continent's indigenous peoples, but those cultures that follow the European colonization as well. So for the religion, North America spans the period of Native American dwelling, European settlement, and the present day. Its various faiths have been a major influence on art, culture, philosophy, and law. Between them, the United States, Mexico, and Canada account for 85% of the population of North America. Religion in each of these countries is dominated by Christianity, 77.4%, making it the largest religion in North America. So these are the examples of American cuisine. It is primarily Western in origin, but has been significantly influenced by indigenous American Indians, African Americans, Asians, Pacific Islanders, and many other cultures and ethnicities reflecting the history of United States. The United States is one of the leading countries in fashion design industry along with France, Italy, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Japan. Apart from professional business attire, American fashion is eclectic and predominantly informal, while Americans' diverse cultural roots are reflected in their clothing, particularly those of recent immigrants. Cowboy hats, boots, jeans, and leather motorcycle jackets are emblematic of specifically American styles. So now let's go to South America. For the countries and regions, we have Argentina, Bolivia, Bouvet Islands, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Malvinas, French Guiana, Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands, Suriname, Uruguay, and Venezuela. For the regions, so the regions of South America is composed of Gran Colombia, which is comprises of Colombia, Ecuador, Panama, Venezuela, and northern Peru. Although Gran Colombia dissolved in 1831, members of this region still share many cultural attributes in terms of food, language, music, and history. Next is Andean regions: Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, northern Chile, Bolivia, and northwestern Argentina. Much of the culture found in this region can be traced back to the Inca Empire. Quechua is still spoken as a second language in many of these regions. Next is the Gaucho regions: Chile, Paraguay, Argentina, Uruguay, and southern Brazil. The culture of these regions were heavily influenced by the South American cowboy known as gaucho. So the last is the Rio Platense region: Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, and parts of Paraguay. This region, due to extensive immigration from Europe, mainly from Italy, Spain, and Portugal, maintains a very European culture in terms of cuisine, art, architecture, and dialect. Many Italian loanwords are used in dialect of the region, Rio Platense Spanish. Next is the population contrast. So the current population of South America is 434,280,944 as of Tuesday, June 29, 2021, based on the latest United Nations estimates. South America population is equivalent to 5.53% of the total world population. For the economy and resources, so the economy of South America comprises approximately of 410 million people living in 12 nations and 3 territories. It encompasses 6% of the world population. So their population, as you can see, 410 million, 13,492 as of 2010. Their GDP is 3.990 trillion in 2016 and $6.567 trillion in 2017. Their, their GDP growth per capita is 5.5% in 2008. Their unemployment rate is 9% in 2002. Top 10% income is 44.37% among others. So for the resources, Argentina is the world's largest producer of yerba mate, is one of the five largest producers in the world of soy, maize, sunflower seed, lemon, and pear, one of the 10 largest producer in the world of barley, grape, artichoke, tobacco, and cotton, and one of the 15 largest producers in the world of wheat, oat, chickpea, sugarcane, sorghum, and grapefruit. Chile, on the other hand, is one of the five largest world producers of cherry and cranberry, and one of the 10 largest producers of grape, apple, kiwi, peach, plum, and hazelnut, focusing on exporting high-value fruits. So Colombia is also one of the five largest producers in the world of coffee, avocado, and palm oil, and one of the 10 largest producers in the world of sugarcane, banana, pineapple, and cocoa. Peru, on the other hand, is the world's largest producers of quinoa, is one of the five largest producers of avocado, blueberry, artichoke, and asparagus, one of the 10 largest producers in the world of cocoa and coffee, one of the 15 largest producers in the world of potato and pineapple, and also has a considerable production of grape, sugarcane, rice, banana, maize, and cassava. Its agriculture is considerably diversified. Paraguay's agriculture is currently developing, being currently the sixth largest producer of soy in the world and entering the list of 20 largest producers of maize and sugarcane. So, this is the pictures of some of them. So the plantation in Mato Grosso in Brazil, the orange in Sao Paulo in Brazil also, the sugarcane plantation in Brazil also, and the coffee plantation also in Brazil. So for the political geography, we have the South America is the southern continent of the two Americas, situated entirely in the Western Hemisphere and mostly about three-fourths in Southern Hemisphere. It lies between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. The continent is culturally, ethnically, and racially diverse, home to indigenous peoples and to descendants of settlers from Europe, Africa, and Asia. Due to its history of colonialism, most South Americans speak Spanish or Portuguese, and its societies and states are commonly modeled after Western traditions. For the cultural life, so the culture of South America today stems from a diverse set of cultural traditions dating back to those of pre-Columbian civilizations and indigenous tribes, which have mixed with those of African slaves as well as Asian and European immigrants. This vibrant and unique cultural mix is reflected not only in popular culture, but food, architecture, religion, and music across the continent, making it a fascinating part of the world to visit. For the language, so most of the South American people are Spanish speakers and also Portuguese speakers. So a little bit of them speak English, French, and Dutch, and other native languages. So for the culture of South America, music, dance, and poetry form the backbone of South American culture. Often traditionally musical styles or dance can tell you so much about the history of the continent and its people. And South America is very aware of maintaining these traditions and making sure they remain a part of contemporary culture. A common feature of this dance is the fascinating mix of influences from all over the world, taking elements from indigenous culture, European settlers, and African slave populations, making them unique to this particular continent. So, example of the culture of South America is the tango from Argentina. Originating in 19th century in the working class districts of port cities Buenos Aires and nearby Montevideo, this partner dance spread throughout the River Plate and is now synonymous with Argentine culture. So for their music, South American nations have a rich variety of music. Some of the most famous genres include samba from Brazil, tango from Argentina and Uruguay, and cumbia from Colombia. So for their art, beyond the rich traditions of indigenous art, the development of South American visual art owed much to the influence of Spanish, Portuguese, and French Baroque painting, which in turn often followed the trends of Italian masters. In general, this artistic Eurocentrism began to fade in early 20th century as South Americans began to acknowledge the uniqueness of their condition and started to follow their own path. For their cuisines, because of South American's ethnic mix, South American cuisine takes on European, American Indian, and African influences. The Bahia state in Brazil is especially well known for its well African influenced cuisine. Peru is especially well known for its ethnic mix influences like African, American Indian, European, Chinese, Japanese, and others. So finally, these are our references. Thank you for listening and good day.